And with that, I am going to welcome our guest MC, Michaela Salzman.
Class, settle down. We are about to enter a museum. The first exhibit that we will visit today will be based on Africa. The museum will show us a journey that begins in Africa and continues on to the present day. At this time, I would like to ask you all to remain quiet and to provide me with your full attention. Thank you. Africa. Africa, my land. Africa, my home. Africa, my continent. From the high valleys of Mount Kilimanjaro to the low valleys of Southern Africa. From the great river Nile to the great Victoria Falls, African languages are spoken. There are many species and tribes. Free people dwell in Africa, the blessed continent. Africa is where the cradle of human kindness is born. I salute you, Africa, for making me an African American. Newsflash! August 20th, 1619. 20 Africans arrived in Jamestown, Virginia aboard a deck ship. They were the first blacks to be forcibly settled and voluntarily laborers in the North American British colonies. 1641. Massachusetts was the first colony to legalize slavery by statute. February 18, 1688. The Quakers of Germantown, Pennsylvania passed their first formal anti-slavery resolution. In 1775, General George Washington allowed the services of blacks in the Army. 5,000 African Americans served during the Revolutionary Wars, including 2 predominantly black units in Massachusetts, 1 in Connecticut, and 1 in Rhode Island. September 1787, the Constitution of the United States allowed a male slave to count as 3/5 of a man in each army, representation in the House of Representatives.
When the sun comes up and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd, follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is awaiting for to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd, follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is awaiting for to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd. Left foot, back foot, traveling on. Follow the drinking gourd. For the old man is waiting for to carry you to freedom. Follow the drinking gourd. Follow the drinking gourd.
Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. She wasn't scared nothing either. She didn't come in this world to be no slave, but she wasn't gonna stay with me. Farewell, she sang to her friends. She was mighty sad to leave them, but she ran away on that dark, hot night, ran looking for her freedom. She ran to the woods and ran through the woods with the slave catchers right behind her. She kept on going till she got to the north, where those mean men couldn't find her. 19 times I I said 19 times she went back south to get 300 of us. She went 19 times to save black sisters and brothers. Harriet Tubman didn't take no stuff. She wasn't scared of nothing either. She did come to this world to be no slave, and she wasn't going to stay one either. And she did stay one either.
Newsflash. 1849. The dress got Harriet Tubman escaped from slavery and becomes one of the most effective and celebrated leaders of the Underground Railroad. 1857. The Dred Scott decision of Supreme Court denied that blacks were citizens of the United States and denied the power of Congress to restrict slavery in any federal territory.
I have always hated slavery. I think as much as any abolitionist, I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave or half free. I do not expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect the increase to be divided.
Our destiny is largely in our hands. And thinking of America, I sometimes find myself admiring her bright blue sky, her grand old woods, her fertilized fields and star-crowned mountains. But my wraps are soon checked. My joy soon turned to mourning.
In either restoring a captive people to their long-lost fatherland with bright prospects for the future, and this too so gradually that neither races shall suffer by the change.
I think that no one should be alone, that everyone should always stay together.
It will indeed be glorious. It still will be the abundance of man's heart that slavery and extension is wrong, and out of the abundance of his heart his mouth will continue to speak.
This struggle may be moral one, or maybe physical one, or maybe both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power conceives nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs.
In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free, honorable alike in what we give and what we preserve. We shall nobly save or meanly lose the last best hope of the first.
Newsflash.
Newsflash.
January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation freed all slaves in rebellion against the United States. President Lincoln issues the Emancipation Proclamation declaring that all persons held as slaves in Confederate States are and henceforth shall be free.
1865, December 18th, the 13th Amendment was outlawing slavery was passed by Congress. 1868, July 28th, the 14th Amendment was passed. It made black citizens United States. 1870, March 30, the 15th Amendment, which outlawed the denial of right to vote, was ratified.
1892, May 20th. In Plessy versus Ferguson, the Supreme Court gave legal backing to the concept of separate but equal public facilities for blacks. 1922 to 1929. These are the years usually assigned to the Harlem Renaissance, which marks an era in black literature and art.
Mama, let's go. I hate it. It's too hard.
Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It has taxes in places, no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I stood there climbing on, reaching lands and turning corners. Sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So, boy, don't you turn back now. Don't you step down on those steps, because you find it hard and hard. Don't you fall now. I'm still going, honey. I'm still climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
August 9th, 1936, Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the Summer Olympics in Berlin. June 22nd, 1937, Joe Louis defeated James J. Braddock to become heavyweight boxing champion of the world. April 19th, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first black to play Major League Baseball. May 17th, 1954, in Brown v. Board of Education in Topeka, Kansas, the Supreme Court completed overturning legal school segregation at all levels.
December 1st, Rosa Parks refused to sing seat on the Moynihan, Alabama bus. December 5th, blacks began a boycott on the bus system. December 13th, the March of Washington led to Rosa Parks refused to change seats in the Moynihan, Alabama bus. On December 5th, blacks began a boycott on the bus system, which continued unit shortly. After December 13th, 1958, when the United States Supreme Court outlawed bus segregations in the city. 1963, August 28th, the March of Washington was the largest civil rights demonstration ever. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech. 1966, the Black Panther Party was founded by Julia P. Newton and Bobby Sale in Oakland, California. 1967, President Johnson appoints Thurgood Marshall to the Supreme Court. He becomes the first Black Supreme Court Justice.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. You've got some difficult days ahead, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will, and He's allowed me to go up to the mountaintop, and I've looked over, and I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longitude has its place, But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He has allowed me to go up to the mountaintop. And I've looked over, and I see the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you this song. Take me to the King. Truth is I'm tired. Truth is I'm weak. No strength to fight. No tears to cry. Even if I try. But still my soul refuses to die. We're desperate, we're chasing after you. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King.
Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, April 4th. I know there were a lot of men in the civil rights movement. Were there any women?
Yes. Yes, there were, such as Rosa Parks, Coretta Scott King, Fannie Lou Hamer, and Dorothy Height. They were truly phenomenal women.
Pretty woman, wonders where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to stay fashion model size. When I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say in the reach of my arms, the span of my hip, the stride of my step, I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Welcome to the room to the schools you please. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash in my teeth. The swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I am a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. I say, it's the sun of my song, the grace of my style, because I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the palm of my hand, the bends of my head. Because I'm a woman,
phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Newsflash. 1983, the state legislature of Louisiana repealed the last racial classification laws in the United States. The criteria for being classified as black was having 1/32nd Negro blood. February 11th, Nelson Mandela. President Ronald Reagan signed a bill establishing a federal holiday in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. 2001, Nelson Mandela, South African black nationalist, was freed after 27 years in prison. 2005, Colin Powell, first U.S. Black Secretary of State. 2005, Condoleezza Rice became the first Black U.S. female Secretary of State. 2009, Barack Obama, Democrat from Chicago, becomes the first and this country's 45th president.
We believe that what binds this nation together is not the color of our skin, or the tints of our face, or the origin of our name. What makes us exceptional, what makes us American, is our allegiance to an idea articulated in a declaration made more than 2 centuries ago. Hope led a band of colonists to rise up against an empire. It led the greatest of generations to free the continent and heal a nation. It lets young women and young men sit at lunch counters. It led Dr. Martin Luther King to walk from Selma to Montgomery. Hope got me here today, with a father from Kenya and a mother from Kansas, and a story that can only be made in the United States of America. We believe that hope is the bedrock of this nation. We believe that our destiny should not be written for us, but by us. Hope is for the people that does not have the content to settle here, for who does not have the courage to remake the world as it should be.